Seems they're a little short on cash. Are we going to sell or COA and put that in isn't that going to be about 700,000 short?
They've got
Good morning and welcome to the Berry County Board of Commissioners meeting for July 1st, 2025. If you'll please stand for a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Reports from state and county officials. Are there any state or county officials with us this morning that would like to give an update to the board? Hearing none. Limited public comment at this time. Any member of the public wishing to address the board may do so for up to 3 minutes for any item listed on the agenda. I love it when July starts this week.
We'll change that.
Yeah. Okay, moving right along. The chair will entertain a motion for approval of the June 17th, 2025 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes.
So moved.
Motion by Getty, support by Hatfield for approval of the June 17th, 2025 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. Next up on our agenda, Marilyn Smith with the Chill Grant application.
That was really fast. I thought I'd better not be late because I look like the only one there. But there's a big crowd, so. Good morning, everybody. We have decided to make another application. NISHDA has opened up some additional funding. Thank you. Sorry, thank you. NISHDA has opened up some additional funding, and we're hoping, because the Chill Grant is going really, really quickly, and we have a lot of people, especially from Freeport, that needed repairs, and we have a long list on our waiting list, and hopefully they'll still need the repairs, and I'm guessing that they will by the time, if we get funded again, which we're hoping that we will. They're going to be extending the grant probably that we have right now. We don't expect that we'll have to extend it. So the next one will be a 2-year grant, and this September is the date for the grant. That's what it's supposed to be fast.
Marilyn, we have one new commissioner, Commissioner Bassett. Would you give us a little detail? Marcy's over here, but we're behind the public.
Oh, there you are. Sorry, you're easy to see.
Would you give us a little bit of a detailed explanation of what the Chill Grant actually is and what it means for Berry County?
Sure. It's a countywide, NISHDA has different programs. This one is a countywide program, specifically written countywide, for home improvement, and the program has very generous guidelines. Up to $10,000 is completely forgiven once the completion of the contract is done, once the building is finished or the home is finished. $10,001 up to $40,000 is forgiven in 5 years. No interest, no payment. So it's an amazing program. We always want to make sure that people know that they have to stay there for 5 years or they're going to have to pay the whole thing back. It's not a prorated forgivable. So, but we have only had one. Sometimes the elderly population wants to wait and just do under 10,000 because they just don't want to. They don't want to have to worry about it for their relatives if something happened to them, even though it doesn't matter what age you are, that something can happen to you, but generally speaking, the older population has more vulnerability. So it's CHILL stands for CDBG, that's not even in the CHILL portion of it, Community Housing Initiatives Local Livability. And that's where we got CHILL. And it's home improvement we don't have to bring we have to bring the house to housing quality standards if we put more than $10,000 into it. We have to do lead, we have to do asbestos, we need to do radon if there's, Berry County is not in a mapped radon area, so we typically don't have to do it, but we've been doing them. And we haven't had any homes in Berry County that have been, needed mitigation for radon. So, do you have any questions?
Have we received this before?
Well, the chill is new.
Okay.
Well, we were the second round, but it's really interesting because apparently the new grant is going to be the second round, and it doesn't make any sense to me because the first round was in the end of 2024. Then we were in the very end of 2024, and now this one is in 2025, but they're calling it the second round of the letter of intent, which I don't understand why they're doing that, but in my mind, it's the third round, but it's the second round as far as MSHA is concerned. And so they've only had, we got into the second round, and now we're going into the still second round, but it's kind of the third.
Is there a limit to how much we can request?
There isn't, except they only have $14 million for this one, and we were hesitant about putting too much into the first one. We only put 200,000 in. We put 300 into this one because I think we have a lot of applications, and there are a lot of people, more people in Middleville, more people in Nashville, definitely people in Freeport. So, and Hastings, we've had people in Hastings too. We have 2 people in Hastings. So Delton, we have a person in Delton. We don't have anybody in Hickory Corners, but I decided that Hickory Corners really is just business, and it's an unincorporated village, but it's basically just businesses. So we haven't had anybody from Hickory Corners, but there are people that want to participate in Delton and Nashville and Freeport. So we're asking for 300,000. They're hoping to make a quick turnaround decision in August. We'll have to do the application at that time, so there'll be signatures required at that time, but right now, they made the letter of intent very easy. It's just, Eric had to fill it out and type in a few things and then wait for them to decide what they want to do. So there are a lot of communities that asked for a lot more than that, but we wanted to make sure, first of all, we could spend the money, and it was a relatively new program. And we have had a lot of other programs that I've been working with. We've had a home program, and we didn't have neighborhood preservation, but we had home, and we have homeowner rehab with program income. So it's a new program that they initiated last year.
And how do people apply, and how do they hear about it?
It's, well, I send the news out. The library in Freeport was a little bit delayed in getting it out, so I had a ton of people asking me after all of the applications had already been sent in. So those people are on my waiting list, so I'll contact them first. So the library, Facebook, website, the Village of Nashville, Casey puts them on her website, and we've had a lot of people are over income. They don't know what the income guidelines are until we tell them. So it's 80% of area median income. If that changes, I'll know about it, and then we'll add it up to 120%. But right now it's 80%, which is pretty lucrative in Berry County. It's like $50,000, I think, for a single person, which isn't poverty, which is good. Does that help?
Additional questions from Commissioners? Or Commissioner Bassett?
Thank you.
Hearing none, the chair will entertain a motion for approval to schedule a public hearing regarding the CDBG Chill Grant application and resolution at the regular meeting of the Berry County Board of Commissioners on July 8, 2025, and to recommend to the Board of Commissioners after the public hearing to approve the resolution for the Chill Grant application and management of future grants.
Support.
Motion by Tunis and support by Bassett for approval to schedule a public hearing regarding the CDBG Chill Grant application and resolution at the regular meeting of the Berry County Board of Commissioners on July 8, 2025, and to recommend to the Board of Commissioners after the public hearing to approve the resolution for the Chill Grant application and management of future grant funds. Additional discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And I'll see you next week, and I'll put it in the paper today.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Limited public comment. At this time, any member of the public wishing to address the board may do so. Roughly 3 minutes for anything on your mind this morning. Anything? Anyone? Commissioner comments. Commissioner Bassett.
I have a meeting with Orangeville tonight, then there must be going to be the holiday off, because then I don't have anything till next week.
There you go. Commissioner Copeland.
The Nashville Community Garden, the Strawberry Shortcake Social, got rescheduled to tonight at 6 o'clock because of the weather that came through when we originally scheduled it. So you're all invited. We'd love to see you there. 6 o'clock, Nashville Community Garden, kind of behind the Country Kettle, like by the ball fields back there.
Commissioner Gay.
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Small.
I'm good, thank you.
Commissioner Hatfield.
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Campbell.
Beware of the raccoon.
I thought you took care of it.
That one is gone, but the damage is immense. So, we had a raccoon last night on the way home, and so all the way here this morning, it was 20 miles an hour with a flap on the front, digging up the dirt. So it must have been a big raccoon.
Possibility.
Quit driving through the woods. Commissioner Tudison.
I'm good, Mr. Chair, thanks.
Okay. And just a couple things. Number one, I'm going to talk to Drain Commissioner Dull. In the month of July, we have 5 Tuesdays. So typically you would have a Tuesday off. We've been looking for an opportunity to do a schedule for Drain 101, where the Drain Commissioner actually goes through for an hour or so, and actually ran by Doug, the attorney, just on some of the details. Depending on how detailed we want to get with it, it can take between an hour and 2 hours. So we can kind of limit that, but that's what we're thinking for the 5th Tuesday in July. So if you have any schedule conflicts on that, let me know. I know that's kind of vacation as well, but that's what we're thinking right now, not official, but the other thing. So think about that. We'll confirm that later on when I talk to Eric and check his schedule. The other thing is, and this is, we'll have an agenda request on this at some point.
Mr. Chair, your mic's not on.
What's that?
Your mic's not on.
There we go. The other thing was Vice Chair Hatfield and myself have been talking about this for some time, and it's been brought up several times in the past that why do we do a committee of the whole to recommend things to the BOC? You have meetings like today where we have one item on our agenda that was supposed to be a couple of the things that just didn't get the paperwork completed on time. But, and the question is just to think about whether or not we should continue with the current path, or in the last quarter of this year for, October, November, December, if we want to try eliminating the cow and going to just the BOC, where we actually would debate things at that meeting and approve them as a final action versus having 2 extra meetings a month, which a lot of counties do, that they just have 2 BOCs a month. So not something to debate at this point, but just I'm throwing it out there that there'll be an agenda request at some point either this month or early in August. And wanted to put that on your radar so we can at least have a discussion and some time to think about it, and maybe have some time to get some input from constituents or from your districts to see what they think about that as well. And I say a trial basis because we may do it and say, hey, this isn't working. We need the time to discuss and think things through versus making it a final action. We may also see it's a much more efficient way to do business. So I guess that's just something to think about, just putting it out there, and we'll have a discussion on this for the full board to have input on, but I'd like you to think about that and get some input from constituents, and then we'll talk about this at some point in the very near future. Okay? I have nothing else. Thank you all for coming this morning. We'll be here for a while because we have groundbreaking at 11 o'clock across the street, or across the river, actually. Yeah, not quite across the street. The sheriff's here. I didn't see you sneak in, so, but
You need some Tannerite for that groundbreaking?
that's what we need, some excitement over there. So, yeah. So anyways, thank you all for coming this morning. Have a good day and happy July.
We adjourn?